Welcome everyone to Thrashcast. This is episode 82. My name is Ken. Tonight I am grabbing the reins here to host the show. And along with my two cohorts here, Billy and Jim, guys, how's it going?
All good.
Awesome.
All right, great. So tonight we have a really good episode. Um, Considering that Destruction is in my top five favorite thrash bands of all time. So I don't ever turn up an opportunity to talk about Destruction. And we're going to talk this week. I guess this is like the Reformation album after their low point in the mid 90s with that awful Cannonball album, which we all three of us despise. It's terrible. And then they rebounded with All Hell Breaks Loose. And then, of course, probably their masterpiece or closest to being the classic, I guess, era of Destruction, The Antichrist. So,
but you know what, Ken? That Cannonball album was technically called the least successful human cannonball. So really, they were living up to the name of that album.
They put the least successful album ever. That album's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
I don't even own it. I actually do not have it in my collection. I've heard it, but I do not own it.
So tell us what you really feel, Ken.
Fair enough.
I don't own it either, so.
No, okay, I wouldn't buy it. I haven't seen it for sale much.
No, I don't even think the band would discuss that album ever. I've never heard anyone ever talk about it, really.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to get a copy.
No.
I've never seen it in a store, never reissued, nothing.
Yeah, it's probably long out of print, I would think. So before we get into all that, we'll just, I wanted to give out a few quick stats. So today we passed 11,901 subs, which is good. So we're inching up there to 12K, which is great. I was looking at some of our stats. We're at 1.2 million views, which is great. And over the last 48 hours, we're at 80,436 views. So we're getting some eyes on what we're doing, which is great. And all the I guess all the views on the last maybe 10, 11 podcasts have all been really good.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 83 right now for Bolt Thrower, which was Billy's idea last week to cover another death metal album, and that's doing pretty good.
Yep.
So it's all good there. Now, where you can find us, though, you can find us on our website at www.horrormetalsounds.com. You can also reach us here right at the website. You just have to really type in Thrashcast. We come up. We're relevant there. We're on Rumble. We're also on TikTok, Spotify. So we're around. So there are many places to at least find us when you need to find us. So it's all good there. So before we begin, we'll just start with where we normally do our first segment, of course, with the news. And if you have any spinning items, Jim, did you want to go first today?
Yeah, sure. Just a couple of quick items, I guess. First item is we were talking about it earlier on there, the news last week about Dee Snider retiring formally from Twisted Sister and performing. I guess he has a whole host of health issues, and he feels, he can't do the shows with the intensity that he does it. I mean, I believe we've all seen Twisted Sister, correct?
Yeah. I've seen him.
So, I mean, we know that Dee puts his, regardless of what you think about him, the guy's an ultimate performer. So I think, half-assing it is not like something that would be in his mantra. So I can totally get it. I mean, I was excited to hear them sort of the reunion, kind of the farewell, I guess. Maybe it was a tour coming. I thought it was kind of cool, and I would definitely go see it. But you know what? If he can't put out, you don't want to see him there half-assing it. So it's kind of understandable. But the kicker is, so he retired, and then Twisted Sister came out, which would be JJ French, who owns the trademark and pretty much owns the band, has now come out that they may be looking for a replacement singer, which I don't know. I mean, I know you guys think probably the same way I do. There's certain bands out there where, like the singer or a specific member you can't move on from that. And I think we could all believe that, Lemmy from Motorhead could never be replaced.
No.
Somebody could put out maybe an album with people singing singing Motorhead songs with maybe the band. I don't know, but that would be totally different. That wouldn't be a band going out on the road, saying they're Motorhead and they don't have Lemmy. So I think Twisted Sister's kind of in that same thing. And I think it's kind of irrelevant in a way because they'd already retired and already kind of disbanded and already said goodbye. And I think it's just kind of all of a sudden maybe an opportunity came about. I mean, everything's old is new again, it seems, but I really hope they just let Sleeping Dogs lie. And if JJ wants to go on tour doing Twisted Sister songs with a different singer, maybe call it something else and just do it. I mean, but like, no, I know. And Billy made a good point earlier when we were speaking that they would never be able to play any large venues without Dee Snider.
No.
Like,
well, it's an insult to Dee, really.
Yeah. I mean, he's besides whatever you think of his singing, he's the voice and he's the attitude, and I mean, he was the front man. So I guess David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar, they were able to do it in Van Halen, but I think it's too far gone, like too late, and I think there's just it's maybe too much of a specific sound, I guess. So, anyways. That's kind of the news thing. But what I got this week is I got a whole bunch of stuff here. But to start off with, I got the Tailgunners' new album, Midnight Blitz. Yeah. This thing is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, new wave. I mean, the band's named after Iron Maiden song Tailgunner.
Yep.
So, this is their second album. First album was amazing. This one's a little bit more power metal mixed with new wave of British heavy metal and traditional metal. So a little bit more power metal with it, but really,
that cover
really good.
Is awesome, Jim.
Oh, it is.
I love really that cool. cover.
It's cool. And I mean, the band looks so cool. I mean, they're just like, they kick ass. It's metal. So it's really good. I suggest anybody who hasn't heard it to check it out. It came out a week ago Friday. So that's kind of cool. Billy, apologies. Did not realize. I forgot this was on your top 15 of 2025.
Oh, no worries.
But I finally got the Ambush album. Man, I mean, I'm not totally familiar with the band. This is amazing.
They're all good, Jim. You could buy like the few of them that are out there.
Yeah, they're evil in all dimensions. I mean, last night alone, I listened to this 8 times. Yeah. So it's just so good. And then I started listening to some of the old albums on Apple Music, and I'm gonna obviously start collecting their back catalog. But
yeah, it's good.
Man, just great band. I suggest people. That's a 2025 release. Billy, what number did you have it picked? Do you remember?
I probably had it like 11 or 12 or something, if I remember.
Great pick. So, anyways, that was good stuff.
Good band.
Ken, I picked up this really neat thing and thought of you just because, you love Phantom Antichrist. So I got this Creator kind of special edition one that comes with the DVD and with the actual original album art.
Oh, I've never seen that. That's cool.
And the DVD, yeah.
Oh, I love that cover, West Bend style.
Oh, I know. So, and then this has the cover on it. So this was
I never liked that cover.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Nuclear Blast. Anyways, I got that. And then we were talking about all our top death metal bands last week, or death metal debut albums. I have the debut album for Autopsy, but I picked this bad boy up.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. This thing is nasty.
That cover is awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Macabre Internal. And I mean, it's just Autopsy. This album just does not stop. But even the internal art in it is just
it's a killer album.
Yeah. And they have it done like a book. So it's really, really cool. I'm going to be hunting those down. And then I picked this one up. This was a weird one. I wasn't really familiar with it, but I decided I like the cover so cool. So I'm kind of want to do, when I go to the record store, I want to think this is Necromicon.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, so this is I believe this is their debut album or second album. I can't remember. Anyways,
it's their second
1987. Album. This thing is just, I mean, these guys don't even really look like thrash, death metal kind of sounding, but this is really cool. So I picked it up, Apocalyptic Nightmare. And I tell you, the record store has 2 more copies of other albums. I'm going to go pick those up, I think, tomorrow or on the weekend. But this thing is amazing. Amazing album. I freaking
it sounds like you have a really good place for to pick up UCDs.
Oh, yeah. And like something like this was $8.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's in
You'd never get
edition.
That. Dude, in Toronto, if that was at Sonic Boom, that'd be $20. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And like my autopsy was $10, and it's in
Good.
perfect condition. Like the guy
Yeah.
told me, like he's constantly buying. I don't know if people are cashing out their death metal collection, but there's always new stuff there, and I'm always walking out with 100, and that's like 7 or 8 CDs. So really, really cool. And then last but not least, I got this delivered from Greece actually, because I got it from No Remorse Records. But I got the Lavery and Mergler
Cool. Yeah.
album that I've been kind of going online about and really raving about, Reckoning Day or Redemption Day, sorry. This thing is amazing. And this one's numbered. They're numbered. So there's only releasing 500 of these. This is 112 of 500. But holy cow. Giles Lavery and Thomas Mergler. Um, they wrote this, I believe, and it's funny because Excalibur, the first song on it, was written by Jimmy Kay from the Metal Voice. So he wrote it when he was a kid, and they
Okay.
recorded it for him. So it's kind of cool. The musicianship on this and the production on this is fantastic, and obviously Giles's his vocals are amazing. But it's kind of a 1980s new wave of British heavy metal, little touch of power metal, but really traditional, really some great heavy bits to it. I suggest anybody. It's out on Archean Steel Records, so definitely check it out. And then last, but I guess last, this would be my last one. I did pick up one other thing, and you guys will know Billy. You know, I think this is from Quebec. So Gorguts, Pallades Dust. So this is the album. This is really cool EP. It's one song broken up into seven sections. So I mean, this is the most amazing thing I've heard, and I never heard this one before. And I just picked it up because it was there, and I was like, I'm going to check this out. I'm a pretty good Gorguts fan, so I thought, oh, check it out. And this thing is amazing. This is like Incantation, like Blood Incantation's album last year or 2 years ago, but this is a lot more deathier, and just it's kind of along that magnum opusy of that sort of genre. It's really cool. I love it, and it is one of the coolest pickups I've had in a while. So definitely love that. And that's all I got, guys.
Cool. All right. How about you, Billy? What do you got going on?
So a couple of news items. So I thought this was pretty cool. The relaunch of an iconic record label later this year, Combat Records. So of course
Nice.
the legendary U.S. label behind Megadeth, Exodus, Nuclear Assault, and many of our old school favorites. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's set for a full scale relaunch later this year. They have two guys who are going to run the label, who are financially sound, and so yeah, I think that should be pretty cool. They didn't mention what they're going to start with, but they said they have some iconic releases to kick things off with. So I guess we're
Nice.
going to have to wait and see what we get.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Another record label that focuses on more extreme metal. That's always good for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just on the death metal front, I was reading an interview this week. John Tardy's been doing some interviews, of course, lead singer of Obituary. He's talking about a new album, but a little bit of a wait, not till 2027. So we won't have our hopes up just yet, but it's coming. So that's cool. And then lastly, German thrash band Dustbolt, who falls in what we talk about often, more modern thrash. So they have a new single coming out. What's the date? Next Friday. Not this
Okay.
Friday, but next Friday,
The
called Super
20th.
Cow. Yeah, 20,
Yeah.
yeah. And so the last single that they released, well, probably maybe December or November, it was
Yeah.
called Ghost on My Screen. It was really good.
Mhm.
And so I'm looking forward to this one. I can't find anything on a new album, so I don't know that they have a new album. They're just releasing some singles while they're still working on an album, but I can't find anything on the album. But based on the last single, if you're like a thrash fan and you like a bit of melody in your thrash, then these guys are pretty cool. So check those out. Then on the listening front, similar to Jim in one case, I was inspired by our last episode with death metal debuts. And so I pulled out these two that
Oh,
I've been spinning,
Yeah.
of course, the self-titled original Deicide, and then, of course,
oh,
you
Legion.
could debate and argue which one's better.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
tie.
I
So I
probably
agree.
I have no idea. Like maybe I'd go Legion by a centimeter or an
Yeah,
inch, uh, but yeah, these two are just masterpieces. Like,
yeah,
and they hold up just as strong
Yeah.
today. Yeah, I love these two albums. So
yeah.
uh,
They're great. Oh man, Billy, those are awesome.
those are very cool.
I want to get
Uh,
an upside down cross tattooed on my head now, or cut in my head. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean,
Man, to be showing up to work.
I
Hey.
never got into the whole like the whole image and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I thought it was really silly at first.
Yes.
I still think it's silly, but
Yes, I agree.
at the end of the day, the music was pretty damn good.
oh
So that's
yeah.
all that mattered.
Well, hell yeah. Some of the best vocals in death metal, really.
Oh, hands
Oh yeah,
down.
yeah,
Yeah. He's an
yeah.
amazing vocalist.
Like when he does those like demonic, like like higher vocal mixed in with this deep
Yes.
growls. Like what that song like the Keko Demon or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a perfect example. It's so good.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great singer.
I don't
Yeah.
know how anybody can't like death metal after listening to our top metal picks on the three of
I
us. Like,
know.
Jesus Christ, if you don't like death metal, my God, like that is just there are some landmark albums there, and those are amazing. I love you. Now you're gonna make me want to break mine out after this.
Well, you're next, Jim.
Yeah,
Like
I
I've
know.
done one, now Billy's doing one. So whenever you want to do one and pick an album, go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we
Something
need.
tells me Jim will go obituary, which I
That's
don't
what I'm
blame
going.
him.
I'd be okay with that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love Obituary.
I think it'll be a little farther down the line, but maybe I'm looking at Cause of Death for sure. Like I love that album. I love all their
Yeah.
albums, but yeah,
Yeah. That'd be awesome, dude.
yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So obviously the big news that was dropped by Frankie Bello was
Yes.
so they're saying now it's a May release, which so I went and did a little bit of research and I don't know. I mean, this is what he says, but believe it or not, there's a lot of blowback. I'm seeing a lot of negative comments like, what
Really?
the fuck is yeah, I'm seeing it. A lot of Anthrax fans are really kind of annoyed that they haven't like if you're gonna release it. Stop with the teases and just give us the music. And I agree. Billy made a comment. It's like, where's the single? Where's the new single? Like, get it out there. Like, even Megadeth and Creator all got singles out like way ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Even Coroner did for that crime
Yeah.
for that matter. So it's like, dudes, I know they're saying it's the best album in blah 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 10 years. Yeah,
Everybody
we get
says
all
that.
that. We understand it's been 10 years. Fine. But I don't know, I'm going on a bit of a rant here because it's like I'm actually getting annoyed. It's like, come on, guys, like get your shit together and put out the music so people can hear it. Like, why?
Well, they're
you
starting
why
their
you-
tour. They're starting their tour, I think, this weekend
Yes,
with Megadeth. So
yes.
and Exodus, and I was hoping to get a single before they play here on the 3rd of March, but it's not going to happen.
Well, if it's in May, I could see somewhere in March they may drop a single.
They
It would
got
make
to.
sense. That's a couple of months before the actual album comes out.
Well, maybe
But-
they're going to release it. Who knows? But it would be great to have I'd love to hear a new single live and just be like, that would be amazing.
But I'm serious. I was doing a lot of digging when you mentioned it, Jim.
Yeah.
And I was looking up, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people who actually are looking at them a bit on the negative side because I guess they just want new material and we're tired of all the teases, right?
Here's what I think. I kind of got to give them a tip of the hat because here's my view. I like the fact I hate it when I buy an album and I've got 6 songs already released.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh great, I got 4 songs and a cover song to listen to, and then it's always like, oh, man, I don't want to pick one of the singles as my favorite because I've already played the hell out of them by the time, like Judas Priest loved that album. It was in my top 5, I think, of 2 years ago. But I mean, by the time they released it, they had 6 singles, I think, released. you
They
know.
did, yeah.
So I'm excited. There's two trains of thoughts here. My first one is they're leaving a lot of money on streams and stuff on the table,
True.
and getting their product out there. I mean, that's, as a businessman, I think to myself, that's just shitty business. But on the flip side, man, like they could drop it like Metallica dropped their first single off the
Yeah,
Lux
with
Eterna.
no fanfare whatsoever.
Yeah, and then it just boom, it lit up. So maybe, and I really think I'm going to roll the dice on this. This album is going to be in my top 3 albums of the year, because I think this is going to be one of their best albums. I
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about it. They're talking a lot of shit about it. So
yeah,
why not?
I think people are just fed up with their same set lists, with their a lot of cover songs, with their. I think people might be just a little bit. There's always that blowback, but I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing Anthrax sing all my favorite tunes, I'll do that 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. I don't care.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I'm on your side about that one for sure. Well, we'll see what happens.
And it's interesting because I got some news, a little bit of news on the meet and greet. So Exodus has their meet and greet at 3:30 p.m. So
Okay.
in Halifax. So it's $125 American, and you get a bunch of signed stuff and that. But it's kind of weird that Exodus did that. Only 2 items to be signed. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
Exodus, I mean, like, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're bringing your Dukes albums, there's not a whole hell of a lot to get signed.
One album, Shovelhead, is the only one I would bring.
That's right, yeah.
I'm sure that's Gary's restriction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, right, but I just kind of a little bit, I was like, but as I was talking offline with these guys, I've got a meeting that day. So I'm hoping, because I've got the Anthrax meet and greet. Now I'm hoping if that's at 3:30, I would assume the Anthrax meet and greet. There's been rumors that it's happening when the first band goes on, but I think it might happen maybe before the venue opens. The doors open at 6, so I could see it maybe happening around 5.
Well, Jim, I'm excited for you, man.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I'm so excited for you.
Wish
I could be there with you.
My CDs to bring in some of my. I'm hoping they'll sign. Like, I obviously can. I'm going to get something signed for you, but I want to get my cassette signed. I want to get State of Euphoria signed. I want to get like Spreading the Disease. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great.
I'm going to walk around with the Past like this, just like Wayne and Garth. It's my first time. You guys have been to them before. I can't wait.
Cool. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, and I want a band to do it with too. Like one of my, I can't. One of the big 4. So I couldn't see paying to go see to go meet Dave $500. So
no, true. But so speaking of 10 years. Finally, after 10 years, we are getting brand new Melchesh, which I'm very, very excited about. This is a band I really, really like. They just dropped a new song called Raptors of Enzu. So it's up. They're releasing an EP called Sentinels of Shamash on April 10th. They're originally from Israel, so they have that kind of background in like Black Death. And they have a lot of elements of Middle Eastern folk. I love it. I love the style. They're very unique. So it's been 10 years. Like their last album came out in 2015. My favorite album is the 2010 release, the Epigenesis, which I totally love. Jim or Billy, I don't know if you've heard them, Billy or Jim, but if you haven't, go search them out. Go search.
So do they focus on like spooky, haunting Middle Eastern lore, like stuff?
They do,
that?
Yes, yeah. A lot of the lyrics have that in there, which is the reason why I like
black
it so
metal.
much. Yeah, they're like death and black. they're a bit of most. Like the music is more like on the death metal side, but the vocals are definitely more like black metal.
Yeah, cool. Not my thing then.
I'll check it out.
You should give it a try. It's not the kind of screeching kind, Billy. It's you'd have to hear it for yourself if you dug it or not. But I love them. For me, whenever I hear their music, I always think of the movie The Exorcist, because they've used the Pazuzu image many times in their stuff. That's actually on the cover of their Epigenesis album, which is an image of Pazuzu. So I think they're great. I love those guys. So I'm really excited about that. I was shocked. I had no idea that they were releasing new music. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, whoa, okay. Totally in for that. I can't wait. And then now this is kind of new as birthdays this week. Today's a lot of birthdays for a lot of people. Two of my friends. So I wanted to give a shout out to Paul Caravizzi. He runs Soul Grinder Zine. I don't know if you guys have seen it on Facebook or not. It's a metal zine that he's been putting out for like, I think 10, 11 years now. I've written for the magazine in the past. It's devoted solely to horror and metal. He's a really good guy. He's actually started his own label. So Soul Grinder Zine's actually, or I say it's called just Soul Grinder Records. So check them out. I mean, they have a lot of really good thrash bands, a lot of good stuff on there. So it's his birthday today. And I also wanted to give a happy birthday to Vic Stone of Vindicator. So Vic, if you're watching, listening, today's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Awesome. So I love Vindicator, and he's a really good guy. And then lastly, Jeff Waters just turned 60 today.
Wow.
I did not know that. I just happened to see that, like, oh, he's 60. Cool. So
I'm guessing he's not watching.
Probably not. No, no. But Vic might be watching, and Paul might.
I'm kidding.
They're friends of mine, so I mean, I don't know about Jeff. Maybe it'd be cool if Jeff actually watched one of our videos. I'd be cool.
Yeah, we want a tour and the new albums, and we want everything.
Yes, of course we do.
You have his guitar, don't you, Bill?
Yeah, I know. I have his guitar he used to record with, and his case, and he sold it. He gave me a bunch of stuff with the guitar. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's wicked. Wow, love it. All right, so that'll end our first segment. So
one thing on Anthrax, Ken, I would just, while you were chatting about the Anthrax, and I looked, so they just played 2 shows like 2 weeks ago at 70,000 Tons of Metal. Yeah. And you never would have had a better time to play one of the new songs if they were ready. They didn't play anything.
They didn't play any, eh?
That's a good point.
I mean, that's unheard of to not try a new song.
Yeah.
So and weird.
It makes no sense. Like, I almost wonder, because, like, is the album really truly done? Like I don't know. Like, everybody's always changing it. It's always being later. It's like, I don't know. Like, how could they not, like, try one of the new songs? It makes no sense.
You're right.
Well, I'm going to ask them for Ken. I'm not leaving until I get an answer.
Go for it, Jim.
Well, it's unheard of. Like, you have a new album, even like way before they're finished. You always try out the new songs.
Exactly. To get a sense of what people are thinking.
They do what on that? They do 2 sets. So that would
2 full sets.
Yeah.
That's like, I just looked them up. It's they played exactly what you'd expect them to play.
That's so weird.
Frankie winning a Grammy now. Like, this is the perfect time to drop a song.
Well, Frankie said in that interview that the songs are very difficult to play live. So he said they're wondering how it's going to go over. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like, what are you saying here, dude? Like,
well, if Metallica can do it with Justice, they can.
Yeah.
Just put your big boy pants on and start practicing.
Absolutely, I'm totally for that. I also heard that Frankie's going to be playing bass for Living Color.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to be helping them out. Apparently, they're putting out a new record.
That's pretty. I think they're all from New York. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, I didn't even know he was friends with them, but apparently he said that he's actually friends with them, so he's going to be working with them on a record.
Corey Glover, I think the lead singer, he's a really good singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like that band. I mean, I know their most famous song is the CM Punk song, which he used for WWE all the time when for his entrance.
Cult of Personality.
Yeah, that song got played to death because of it.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that song. I totally love that song. I've always liked the band. They're a great band. I don't think they've ever got their due though, really, when you think about it. But
no, much more. They should have been way bigger.
Yeah. I would agree.
They came out. I think they came out in the 90s, maybe. So early 90s. Might have been early 90s. Might have been a little past. I think maybe a few years earlier might have helped them out a bit better.
Well, they were around when Faith No More came out, so
yeah,
we're on the same time, but they didn't. It's just too bad they never caught on. But, oh well. All right, so I got a few questions. I didn't really want to spend too much time because before we've talked about destruction, what now? One, two times already. So we'll keep it brief. But I just thought this time around, we're looking at like 42 years the band's been in existence.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. That's a long time to be a band, like next to Creator and Sodom.
Yeah.
So what just briefly, I just wanted to ask you guys what do you think makes Destruction sound like Destruction? Like what's the key ingredient for them to be sounding so great all these years? So Billy, we'll start with you first.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's easy for me to answer, but I don't know if I could say the entire career because the reason why is no longer there. But so I'm just going to say it's Mike Siffringer's like riff and solo DNA that's built into all the songs. No Mike, I don't want to say no Mike, no Destruction, but like at the end of the day, it's just not the same, the Destruction ever since he left.
I
So
agree.
for me, that it's his DNA that's wrapped around every single of the classic albums, and this included. And like many can say, yeah, it smears like vocals, like no one sounds like him. But I think we all love Crack Brain, and he
It's one of my
wasn't on it,
favorites.
right?
I love Crack Brain.
And it's an amazing album, and it ranks right up there with their best work. So I didn't need Smear to have, but I needed Mike on that album to pull it off. So yeah, it's Mike's DNA, and I also think just on a lesser note, like they never really did abandon their thrash roots. Like Cannonball is a disaster, but they were able to self-correct almost immediately, and then we get All Hell Breaks Loose, as you said, and then the album we're talking about today. So they knew their lane, and they stay in it, like more so than Creator, who's diving all over the place these days. But they know what their fans want, and they keep delivering it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's hands down Mike's DNA all over those damn songs.
Cool. I agree totally, 100%. Mike is such a great guitarist. What about you, Jim? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna just say ditto to what Billy said. I mean, the guitar, I find they're more than even Creator, and even Sodom to some degree. It's more of a guitar driven, like just the albums are more guitar driven. I think Mike brought such excellence to it, and this album is definitely a testament to it, because this is a absolute kick-ass album.
Yeah.
And I agree with Billy. I also like Schmear's vocals, but Crack Brain's probably one of my top three, or maybe even my top three Destruction albums. So I kind of shoot yourself in the foot with that a little bit, because I love that album. So, but I like Schmear's. I think it's his. I don't know. I think it's his attitude a bit. Maybe just his persona makes it like he is Teutonic thrash through and through, and I think that all melds together perfectly. I mean, I feel
like a Paul Balaff kind of thing. Balaff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad that I didn't give the latest Destruction album. It didn't make my top 15, and I feel really bad because I really liked it, but it just it was like you guys had said it when we talked about it before. It started to get a little samey and maybe a little paint by numbers.
It's missing Mike, dude.
Exactly. So, and that's probably it. So for me, guitar driven, exactly what Billy said. I mean, I can't even really go any further onto it. He's 100% right.
Like in preparation for this, I gave the album a go again just to listen to it.
I've listened to it four times.
It's got like it starts out like Destruction, but it's like Mike isn't there. It's just not the same. I'm sorry. It's
There's
just
definitely a hole there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not the same. Like I don't hate it. Like I don't think it's like a terrible album, but it just doesn't have that chutzpah that you get when Mike's playing guitar. Like we've all agreed that Mike is such an incredible guitarist.
Yeah.
So it's a big shame. The only thing I'll add to what you guys are saying is I think intensity. They've always been kind of an intense thrash band. That's the one thing, the argument that people say about Creator is that they don't have that intensity anymore, which they started out with. But Destruction has never really lost that intensity. They still have it.
Well,
I mean,
that's a great point because even the song "We Are Destruction" off their new album is
yeah,
totally
that one's
intense.
okay. I don't mind that
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
There's a couple songs that I could live with.
yeah.
I just wish Mike was there, but
And even the cover of "Fast as a Shark." I mean, I get why they
yeah,
do it, but it's intense. It's really, really good thrash version.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
So, Jim, we're going to stick with you now because I wanted to bring up the comparison. I know we were talking about like, is it a comeback record? I mean, is all hell loose would be the comeback record, I
yeah.
guess. But so, what do you think is better? Do you prefer all hell breaks loose or the
No, this.
Antichrist?
I,
Yeah.
I prefer this album. I think this album is just it's a 10 out of 10 album for me.
Mm,
Um, I mean, the songs I'm going to say a lot of the same things about, but I just that guitar and the riffs and the like this the constant focus on it being a guitar driven. I mean, most of their albums are, but this album just, I mean, this thing is just it ignites right from that intro for the intro that happens. I mean, we're going to talk about the songs, but I like this better, although the album prior was great.
yeah.
Coming off that flop, I mean, you know, I guess at that point in time, everybody was having a flop, and they even changed the logo on that album, which pissed me
They
off. That
did.
always
That's true.
pisses me off.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah, it's just a very common font, Destruction. It almost looks like Destruction. It's like not destruction, like so.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think
Yeah, yeah.
this album for me is a 10 out of 10 album. I love it, and it's just right from you pick this baby up and look at the album art, which I know you're going to talk about, to
Yes.
just putting that on. There's no skippable tracks on this, in my opinion. So
Okay.
yeah, no, I love this. I
Billy,
love this one. I think this one's in my one of my top Destruction albums.
yeah, I agree. It's good. What about you, Billy? What do you think of all hell breaks loose?
Yeah, I think it's good. Like it's like I think Antichrist is the better record, but Hell Breaks Loose, I
Yeah.
still remember buying it the day
Mhm.
it came out and being quite happy with it. I mean,
Yeah,
like in
Yeah.
retrospect, you kind of go back and you look at it, and like that record was about like redemption for the band, right?
That's right.
I mean, this is Destruction coming out and saying they were written off after Cannonball, and
yeah,
this is them coming back and saying, "Hey, we still belong in the thrash like Hall of Fame, if you will." So yeah, I think that like so that album just sounds hungry. It's like angry. It's even like a little more unhinged, like in the wildness of the album. But and then you get Antichrist, which just validates the comeback, right? It brings it to one more level. I mean, in my view, it's the only modern album that truly stands up to the early
Yeah.
work that the band has done. Right there, it just on Antichrist, the band's so confident. The songwriting is really memorable. It's more memorable, better songwriting than Hell Breaks Loose, I think.
yeah.
And the viciousness is even more controlled, despite this being an angry album. Like
Hmm.
Smear is like I like him better on this album, just because he's a little more controlled. Like even in the old classic albums, when he's a bit like a wild like air raid like siren, his vocals sometimes that grates on me. But on this record that we're doing today, it might be my favorite vocals by him
Mm.
out of all the
And
records, including the old stuff.
yeah, he's pretty harsh.
Yeah,
He's probably the harshest he was ever, I think, on a record with this one. I
yeah,
would think.
yeah.
But
No, I agree. Yep.
I think you guys are right. Yeah, All Hell Breaks Loose isn't too bad. It's not as, I don't know if I find it as intense as Antichrist for some
No.
reason. Like we're gonna talk about nailed to the cross, but I mean, that's as offensive as you can get on a song lyric in my mind. But
And you know what? This album fits with like the old stuff, like Release from Agony,
yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah. I
Butcher.
agree.
Like I find this just. I mean, even like I love Crack Brain. It's one of my favorite thrash records. But like, there's that jump where from the '80s stuff, which was just legendary, and this kind of fits right in with that. It's just a little bit better production. I agree with Billy that he's a little bit more tame, but still wild, but tame a little bit. Yeah, I really
Absolutely.
like this album.
Do you guys own thrash anthems?
Yep.
No, I don't. No.
Okay, because he does Schmier does sing "Crack Brain" because they redid those
Yeah.
songs.
Oh, that's
So
right.
you can actually, yeah, you should look it up. You can actually hear his version of the song re-recorded with his vocals.
Oh, cool. I'll check that out.
They don't sound bad. He's actually pretty good on the song. I mean, Andre Greeter I still prefer it because
Yeah, me too.
they recorded around him as a
Yeah.
vocal. But you can listen to Schmier sing that song. I was like, oh, this is. I was listening to it again the other day in preparation for the pod. So I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this. I listened to that album in ages, but it's okay. I mean, as a re-recorded album with all their classics. But I just thought that was funny since we're talking about Crack Brain.
But you know what else is interesting? This album was, I think, produced partially by Peter Tagragan. And he's a
Yes.
guitar, he's a really great guitar player
Yep.
himself. So it's kind of interesting. And the album prior, All Hell Break Loose, was I think he produced that as well.
He did.
And I mean, it shows this is guitar driven thrash metal. Yeah.
Yep. Totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. So we'll talk about the artwork. This is kind of interesting because the artist who did this work actually in the 90s was actually in a different career. He was in he was taking biology in university, and for whatever reasons he decided to quit and then go into doing graphic design and artwork. So so this album was actually one of his first like pieces he did as a commission, and I like it because it has all the because if you look at this cover and go back to Infernal Overkill, it's got the same exploding skull with the nuclear like fire coming out of it or energy or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's kind of neat. I thought that was kind of cool. But Thomas Eward, I think it's Eward or Eward, I think they pronounce his name. Like he's did all kinds of stuff. Like he's did stuff for Avantasia, Advance, Rage, Hypocrisy, Volbeat, Axel Rudy Pell. So he's got a pretty good resume of creative work. I love the cover myself. Well, what do you think about that one, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's great. I love it. I now realize, yeah, it's very similar to the Infernal Overkill skull, but I think it's great. It's just there's a lot going on in it, but when you look at it, it's just it all comes together. It's no, the album art is a great representation of the thrash kind of masterpiece you're going to get in the album. So, and I love it when the album art kind of gives you that insight into what the music's going to be like, and that doesn't change at all. I love it.
Yeah, I like the motif of the crack brain. It's something
Yeah,
that they've always kind of went with in their style.
like the
Billy, what do you think of the
cranium, the
cover?
cracked cranium thing. Yeah,
Yes,
I like that. Yeah,
Billy, what do you think of the cover?
Yeah, no, I like it. Like I think at the end of the day, it's like the cover is so like I don't know, like confrontational. Like it's like the music, right? It's a visual statement of exactly what you're gonna get
yeah,
in the damn record, right? Like you get this, like the skull that we all know. It's like demonic looking. It's surrounded by the flames and like the colors are like really cool too, right? Like you got the reds and the blacks and the yellows. Yeah, like to me, it's a throwback to the old like destruction days in album art. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like sadly, I don't have this on vinyl. I mean, this wasn't released. Vinyl wasn't big during this time.
yeah.
So I'm stuck with the CD. But
yeah. I saw your post on Instagram and I saw your CD post.
yeah, like they've just they're about to re-release All Hell's Breaking Loose
Oh,
on
cool.
vinyl, so
Okay.
I suspect the Antichrist will be coming soon.
Yeah, would make sense. I could see that. So I kind of skipped over one question. And I'll go back to it. So Mike, what do you guys think is his defining album in this Destruction discography? Billy, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's tough to just pick one, but
Yeah.
like I mean, it would just come down to my ranking of the Destruction albums, to
Okay.
be honest, right? For me, it would be Release from Agony, and then it would be Internal Devastation, and then I would go to like probably like Cracked Brain and Antichrist, like after that.
Okay.
Like I like the first album too, like
Yes. It's
but
good.
like it's a little rougher, and so like I prefer a bit more of the more refined sound. But yeah, so I'd probably go Release from Agony. I think it's a little bit more technical, and
Yes.
he has a little bit more like he you really see him in top form there.
Yeah. That'd be my pick. What
Yeah.
about you, Jim?
Same thing.
Brain?
I think
Yeah.
Release from Agony is my favorite. That's really good. Infernal Overkill would be a close second, and I think Crack Brain would be my third favorite. This probably would break into my fourth or fifth, but still, I mean, God, that could change. I mean, Crack Brain's always up there in my top couple of their discography, but Release from Agony is probably my all-time favorite.
Yeah. I think that's for a lot of people because it's like, it's more progressive in the style of it,
Yeah.
and you expanded the sound a bit more. And I guess Mike was able to be cut loose a bit more with the not just hold steadfast to just thrash riffs. There's all kinds of a whole abundance of stuff going on in that album.
Mm-hmm.
But you're probably right. That's
I
cool.
need to go back and listen to like the next one or two that come after Antichrist. I've kind of I don't have in my mind like exactly what they sound like. I don't remember. So
I was listening. Oh shit, I don't have it on me. I was listening to a couple of their albums. The one right after they did Inventor of Evil in 2005, and that one's not too bad. It's got the Return of the Butcher on it, which I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one after that,
I don't even remember what they were called. I don't remember them being as good or as strong as the Antichrist was, but
yeah, they start to
Devolution or Dev.
Evolution is actually really good. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
But after that, yeah, they start. I think we were talking about this before, Billy, that when you start getting into the 2000s upwards, they start to homogenize a little bit. Like one album sounds like the other album.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah.
They're not as distinct.
Yeah. But just those ones are a bit more fresh in my mind because they're more recent releases. I just haven't listened to the one or two after this Antichrist.
That's a good point. Neither have I.
I couldn't even tell you what it sounds like. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was. Inventor of Evil was the next one, and that was actually not too bad. They started to it has a song, Return of the Butcher, which I like. That's the Mad Butcher is one of my favorite Destruction songs of all time for me. But yeah, they sort of went back a little bit, but I can see that there's a funny de-evolution. They kind of, as a band or as a musical entity, they did kind of de-evolve a little bit. Like albums start to slide in, but it's like that for almost all thrash bands.
Yeah,
I really like that. The one from 2012, Spiritual Genocide. Yeah,
that's okay.
That's got the butcher like looking through the window.
Yeah. They went to town with the butcher thing because they kind of abandoned the exploding skull, and went to the butcher, which I don't mind. I think that the butcher's an interesting character, but is that really their mascot? Because I'm getting they're pushing that as their kind of like modern mascot.
Well, maybe because of the how famous the Shrek movies got, because he kind of has a Shrek look with a butcher knife.
Well, on the EP,
than being green.
In that Butcher EP, I think that's an awesome cover. I love that cover. He's holding the cleaver. I was like, holy shit, that's great. That's just so great.
But they do bring back the skull for Under Attack.
They did, yeah. You're right. They did. So then, I mean, I guess if you're trying to sell merch, you're gonna put the most popular items that people are gonna identify you with, right? Which makes the most sense. Sadly, I only own one Destruction T-shirt, and it's more like it's got the skull on it and Destruction underneath, so it's like a graphic. It's okay, but I never was able to get like a really cool Infernal Overkill would have been great as a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are, but I just never was able to find one. But oh well. All right, so before we get into the album itself, obviously, we have it here. I think Billy showed it earlier. What a great cover.
Oh yeah.
So awesome. So I'm not going to do a bio. I'll just talk just a quick second about the album itself. So this is their 7th album. Second after I guess you can call it the 2.0 Destruction, after Cannonball. I'm not sure about the release date because the date I got is October 27th, 1991. But I think I saw September somewhere else. But so, anyways, it came out like end of summer, early fall.
Yeah, September 15.
Right.
15.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I saw if you go on Encyclopedia
Just
Metallum, they're saying August 27th. But I
they
think
probably know better. Yeah.
yeah, Wiki's saying September, but I
Yeah.
went with the Encyclopedia Metallum.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's on Nuclear Blast Records. You know, you had Mike in the band, of course, Schmier on vocals, and then Sven Vorman on drums, who was only there for a couple albums and he was gone. Um, so I looked up some of the user reviews and it's great. Like on there's 8 reviews on Metal Archives, and they're all positive, like close to 100%. Oh, yeah, and I read the Classic Thrash website and I read their review, and they feel this is like the one of the best metal comeback albums of all time. So
Mhm.
that's kind of interesting. And as I mentioned, the cover brings back the nuclear infused skull, which I kind of think is kind of neat. So if you're gonna go for broke, you might as well go for broke, right? At least
Yeah.
I would think so. So let's break into the album now. So we'll start with the first track. Jim, Days of Confusion. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I forgot it was I was like listening to this. It's been a while, and I listened. I went, "Oh shit, that was over quick." Because I started. I'm thinking, "Wow, this song is really heavy," but that was song 2. So, but no, it was. It's a good little acoustic intro, ominous. Got that spoken word. I think it's really cool. We talk about like intros that go hand in hand with the first song. This totally tees it up. Does a great job and get you ready for track 2. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
Yeah.
Billy, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, it's good, right? Like, I mean, Jim, I kind of agree with Jim, right? You got that guitar-driven intro. I agree. It's like very ominous. That what I like is it is ominous and it kind of builds tension because
Yeah.
this album is going to completely explode in 50 seconds.
Yeah,
Uh, and
got
so
it.
this is why I think it completely works. It kind of reminds me of last week, right? The
Yes.
intro. It was a
Yeah,
50-second intro. This is a 50-second intro. It was the whole spoken word message that sets it up. And yeah, like this is like in the days of confusion, mankind creates their own gods. They
Yeah.
fear the opposition, they fear the truth, but the only word that makes them freeze to the bone, fear the Antichrist. And
Yeah.
then all hell breaks loose,
yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah.
so great.
It's just, it's only 50 seconds, but it wouldn't be the same without that 50 seconds.
You're
Right.
you're true. You're true. So we'll stick with you on this one, Billy. So we're going into the first full song, Thrash Till Death. And what do you think of that?
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's like fast, it's aggressive. Like if there was any question about a comeback, this is Destruction putting an exclamation mark back to that statement, right? And maybe they do it even more so on the next track.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's again, Mike, incredible opening riff, and it reoccurs throughout the song. It's really good stuff. Soaring guitars from the very start of the album, like, and then just that undeniable marching rhythm of a Destruction song and the Destruction thrash song. It's just relentless through the whole track. And I already said it before, but Smear just sounds like
Mhm.
he's more controlled, but he's more vicious. It's controlled like viciousness, right? You don't have these like chaotic higher like pitches. Like it's more just more controlled, I would probably say. But like I love the chorus. Like you're gonna get a couple amazing choruses. There's
Yes.
good backing vocals shouting thrash till death, and that lead at 3 minutes, and then Mike comes back with that riff he had earlier in the song right after, just so bloody good. And we get like, I mean, Smear has, again, I use the word controlled. He has like a good scream here at like just past the 4 minute mark. And again, it's not like high pitched, but it's just a good thrash scream. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great way to open it. And yeah, like there's going to be a couple first tracks that are just as good as much of the stuff they did in the past.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's basically an anthem of like thrash metal culture. We're gonna
Yeah.
thrash till death. It's
Yeah.
great. And Jim, what do you think?
I agree 100% with Billy. This thing is fast and furious right out of the gate. So what I love about a song like this, that's technically the first song, because it just leaves it all out on the field. So like after this, you're like, okay, where do we go from here? Because holy shit, this is such a good song. I think the chorus, it's got a great chorus. There's a few
Yeah.
songs with some awesome chorus. That scream at the end is really good. I agree with Billy. I mean, Mike is the star on this, but Schmear's vocals fit
Yeah.
in perfectly. Like it's not like Mike is just, it's almost like he's controlling with his guitar, kind of keeping Schmear sort of in a little bit more of a box rather than just going off in all different directions like a stray fireworks. So I think it's really cool. I mean, this is one of my favorite songs on the album, and we're only like 2 songs in. It's got that wicked constant thrash chug, but the guitar work on this song and the album is amazing. And I think you just can't, it's second to none. It's that good.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you guys. Now, I'm going to start with this song because, like, I have a
Oh,
love-hate relationship with it. I like it, but then I have a few small quips about it. Okay, nailed to the cross. We're talking, the manipulation of religion. The fear of death. It's all in the song. We get it. And then they're talking about religious symbols of the cross being a kind of a religious symbol. Okay, that's cool. I think it. My biggest issue with the song is the lyrics for me. It gets so repetitive, nailed to the cross, especially at the end where it's like nailed, nailed, nailed. Okay, we get it, dude. We
I
get it.
love it.
I no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying from a writer's perspective. For me, there's a lot of shock value with this song. It's a really good song. It grabs me too. Like it's
Yeah.
got amazing killer riff. It's just it's fantastic. But I just find it's not a subtle song. I'll put it that way. It's not a subtle song. So Jim, you mentioned it here. Obviously, you like the song. What do you
Oh
think?
man, this thing is balls out. I love the fact nailed to the fucking cross. This reminds me of an early Slayer track, but not vocals, obviously,
Right, right.
but with an updated musical sound. I mean, I'm not talking something off of Hell Awaits or something off of Show No Mercy. I'm talking I mean, this and the I guess it would be the trope of the name of the song is just so metal that it's cool. I love it. I think anything. I still love it when bands put out anti-religious shit because it just like and it's we will not be. I just love it. It's just and I love this song. I mean, it's kind of got a cool makeup to it too. It's a great thrash song. It's fast. It's got a wicked chorus. I mean, yeah, I can understand how it kind of repeats itself quite a bit, but I think he's really nailing it, like almost like
Yeah,
a hammer, kind of
pardon the
like
pun.
yeah, and he's just like being a hammer to the song. But at 2:13, the song kind of mellows a bit, which is kind of cool. It's got a great bass line through it. So Schmear, there's a couple songs on here where Schmear can you can hear him playing bass on it. And I like it. I even like the end. The end gets a little bit repetitive as it just keeps nailed, like you
Yeah, that's
say.
my
But
big beef.
this is a balls out song, and I like it. It
Yep.
takes a good swipe at just everything, and I love that. And I mean, what a great topic. You know what I mean? Great title for the song too.
Billy, what do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah, no, I actually love this song, but
Yeah.
it partially driven by like one of my greatest concert memories of all times.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
So like Destruction is a band that rarely comes to North America, like unlike Creator, for
Yeah.
example. Uh, but with the first time I finally got to see them was in Germany with thousands of Germans
Oh, nice.
in front of like the hometown audience, and they opened the show with "Nailed to the Cross." Like I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I was probably as close as I would get to a tear in my eye in a
Nice.
concert for finally being able to see something I always wanted to see, like for decades. So that was really cool. So this song just has something special to me. But yeah, like there's a repetitive nature. But I have three songs that for me are the weakest on the album, where the choruses are far more repetitive. That I like less, that like that bother me more than the repetitiveness in this song. So
Okay.
although it's repetitive, like the intensity used in the
Mm.
different parts is different. So like I still like it. So um but yeah, and it's a short track, right? Like just over 3.5 minutes
Yeah.
or so, maybe a bit longer. But and like they, like Jim sort of hit it there at like 2:12. They just kind of slow it down, give us a little bit of a breather. In comes a smear with the bass work, and then we get like some really cool drum fills, like just for the final like 20 seconds or so. So yeah, I think it's structurally a strong track, but it's more of an anthem that works better live. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm sure it
and so I
does. Yeah.
think it was written live. And so when everybody's shouting nail to the cross, like it comes out a bit different than when you just listen to it by yourself. So
Cool. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like in terms of the iconography on the stage, you could really play it up if you want like a cross and a bloody cross in the background or whatever. You can. So I mean, visually, this song would definitely lend to like a visual setting. But yeah, I've never seen them live. I wish I did. It's one of the
Mm.
few thrash bands I've not seen live.
Well, they're on tour, going to be on tour. I can't believe they got to come to Canada.
I hope so.
Yeah, they'll go to Toronto and Montreal if they go anywheres. Yeah,
I hope they do because if
I
they're coming
know.
to Toronto, I'm there. I wouldn't miss that for the world.
yeah,
But
it's so bizarre that they're not on that tour. It
Yeah,
makes no sense to me.
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, totally crazy. So track number 4 is another one that has a really cool chorus. I think "Dictators of Cruelty." Jim, what do you think of the chorus in this one?
I think the chorus is good. I like it. I think this has got a great thrashy intro. It's a fast song, heavy song. I mean, the solo in this song is really good, but I can't. I don't think I could pick a favorite solo on this album.
They're
So
all good.
I
yeah,
could pick one.
okay, yeah.
Okay, okay,
And it's just like, but I mean, I think it's a great song. It's just the album just continues into just absolute thrash mayhem. I love it, and it's I think the chorus is great. I think on this one it's really good. It's just a really, it's kind of catchy in a way too.
yes, yes, I would think so. And also Sven as the drummer, he sort of takes kind of like center stage here. He gets a chance to like really you can hear the drumming going insane on this
Yeah.
track. And like it works well with the chuggy pace. Like there's a really chuggy tempo go all the way through it. And it's a cool song because it's all about like control. They're talking about society, profiting off nationalism and control. So it's kind of I wouldn't say political song, but at least they sort of like spreading their wings a little bit with the lyrics.
Yeah.
So Billy, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good. Like for me, the first half of the album is probably the strongest,
The
but
strongest.
although the ending is very really good too. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like this one. Right, it opens with Mike and Smear's bass kicking this thing off. It's another banger. It's a little heavier than maybe the first two. It's a little bit more about stomping than it is about how fast they're playing.
Yeah.
Although it's not exactly a slow track either. Like I was reluctant to say it's a mid-pace track. Uh, but yeah, like again, that main riff, like that rolls through the song. It's like that Mike DNA we were talking about before. Like I just miss it so much, and then the songwriting here, like the first like 5 or 6 choruses are so strong. Like they're great, like sing along
Mhm.
choruses. And Mike at 3:15, he has like we get a master class in his lead playing. It's a great solo, not a long one, but it's totally Mike, and so that's really cool. So yeah, like I think it's another really strong track.
Cool. Yeah, I like the song too. I like the chorus a lot in this one. It's very memorable to me. So we get to Bullets from Hell, which is another great. I love the song title. It's so great. This is like one of those gasoline kind of fueled thrash tracks. I think it's got a really great tempo here. Pretty blistering all the way through in my mind. And then I find Schmear's vocals on the gruff side, or there's a kind of a scowl that he has there. Where I think
Mm.
right at the start, like before you get into like 116 or around there, which is great. But interesting song. What do you think of this one, Billy? I'm going to go back to you, Billy. What do you think of Bullets from Hell?
Yeah, no, another like thrash ripper. It's relentless. It's like no frills, but just in your face, like aggression. Like really like the drumming. It's like really heavy and yeah, I agree. Like Smear is more snarling,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if that's the right word. Like I usually say that to describe Dave Mustaine. Not that he sounds like Megadeth by
No.
any
Oh,
means,
no, no.
but yeah, I think it's one of his more intense like vocal performances. Like the rhythm on this is stomping all over you. It's really cool. The guitar lead at 350 and 415, just outstanding. So yeah, like just another really good track. Like the first like six or so are just like are relentless.
Yeah. Totally agree with that. Jim?
Yeah, you guys hit it on the head. At 119, the song just gets super fast, even faster than prior to. I mean, those heavier thrash vocals kind of almost sneer it into maybe a diet death metal sneer, you know what I mean? But getting
Mm.
close to it. I think I love the gang shouts in it too. I mean, you guys hit
Yeah, they
all the,
work.
and it's even got some musically. It's a little bit more. If thrash has if there's a melodic piece on it, I think this definitely would hit that. But I like his snarly vocals a bit. I mean, I love heavier vocals on it on anything. That's why I mean I'm such a fan of death metal. But this no, this is definitely an awesome track.
Cool. Yeah, I love this. I love this song. I think it's like first five, first four major tracks are all
Yeah.
bangers to some degree. There's not a bad track to be had in the beginning, first half of the album. So we'll go to the song six, "Strangulated Pride," which I kind of think is just okay for me.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jim?
I agree. I don't. It's a good track. I mean, it's got that heavy. It's got a bit more of a heavy thrash groove to it, and I like his vocals are a little bit higher on this, but they're pretty evil sounding. It's got a strong chug at 212. You've got that sort of fast, shorter solo, which is pretty cool, and at about 230, you've got that really cool scream. But it's I give this one an 8 out of 10 on the album. It's probably in my back half of the album. But I mean, in all fairness, I love all the songs on this, so the back half is still pretty high.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. Shamir is almost barking at times here.
Yeah,
It's got a relentless pace to it.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if it has as much variation as some of the other songs, but
It's a little, yeah, you're right. It's repetitive in the sense that it almost feels kind of like, yeah, let's throw this in here now. You know what I mean? Because the next song coming up, which we'll talk about after, is amazing. So like it just kind of it's almost anticlimactic after penciled in between these two songs.
fair enough, fair enough. And Billy, do you like this song? What do you think?
Yeah, no, it sounds like I like it better than you guys. Like for
Okay,
me, the album starts to collapse at 8, 9, and 10. But
okay,
so for me, I'm still running strong, right? Like so,
okay.
yeah, this like, and you guys talked about Smear. I think he's doing something different with his vocals here. Like
Mhm.
somebody said,
Mm.
barking. Like I kind of threw in my notes. It's this like rapid fire, like start and stop vocal
Yes,
attack that he's doing. I thought it was kind of cool. It's different on this track than the rest of it. So, and yeah, that huge scream that he does is pretty impactful at the end, and it's not a bad chorus. Like, again, I think they're more repetitive choruses to come, but yeah, I probably liked it a bit more than you guys. It's less than 3.5 minutes, so there's not a whole lot here. The one thing I do like when I was re-listening to the album this week. Like
yeah,
I was saying to myself, like they could have used an instrumental at this point because I
Yeah,
needed a break.
yeah.
Like this thing is so intense. Like I needed a rest like going through. So it would have been pretty cool about now to have like a nice like instrumental in there.
Yeah, I could have lived with that. And something that kind of harks back to
Breaks up all
Release
this
in
aggression
Agony.
and anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that too. You're right. I never thought about that, but now you bring it up, why
I mean, we're
not?
not going to ask for a ballad, but we'll
No,
ask
no,
for an instrumental.
you'd never get a ballot from these guys.
No.
It wouldn't be their thing. So, track 7, as Jim alluded to, Meet Your Destiny. So, Jim,
Oh,
tell us what you think.
probably one of my favorite, if not my number one song on the album. I love this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because, Billy brought up the whole instrumental thing kind of would have fit a little bit better. And I agree with that because it's just been going. Now, this song is not super heavy, still
No.
massively fast, but I do like the heavier vocals in it. And at 2:16, I love that bass intro, that bassy intro. I
Yeah.
really like that. So you get a good melodic kind of thump to it. And I really like that. 2:16, the song kind of completely just stops. And then it just starts back up again. And at 2:40, you got that. It's got a really good solo in it. And the song starts to gain a little bit more speed. But it's got a lot of, this song has a lot of sort of hidden groove, and it is somewhat melodic in parts. I'd probably say this is like my 1A or 1B on this song. I have one more really good favorite coming up, but this definitely to me is an absolute banger of a track.
See, I didn't mind it. Like I thought the solo was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that you mentioned that the big tempo change there, like
Yeah.
240. That was cool. That gave the song peppered it with a little bit of variation. The opening is slower pace, but I think it's okay. It's not one of my favorites.
I think the reason why I like the slower pace is because it's been almost like a speeding bullet for all these songs.
Yeah,
that it's definitely breaking a little bit of they're tweaking it a little bit differently. And I think that really just at that point really kind of tweaked my interest quite a bit.
Okay. Billy, do you like the song? It sounds like you don't, but I could be
No,
wrong.
no, I do. Like for me,
Okay.
my taste, I think it falls off for tracks 8, 9, and 10. But
Okay.
but like I still, yeah, no, I still like this. Like you guys kind of hit everything. Like this is a bit different, right? So it gives us a bit of variety compared to what we just heard on all the
That's right.
previous tracks. Because yeah, there is a bit of it's a little bit more mid-pace. It's not as aggressive. Like I think there's like a cool like underlying groove to the song,
Mm-hmm.
some good guitar crunch, and I actually think the like the chorus is really memorable for me. Like I'm still enjoying the chorus, some good
Okay.
backing vocals, lots of good bass crunch throughout the song. So yeah, I don't mind it. Like I think it's pretty good.
Okay, cool. Okay, not too bad. Well, we're going to stick with you now for this song because I know you mentioned Creations of the Underworld. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, so the next 3 tracks, I don't think are terrible tracks.
Mhm.
Like, and nothing Mike does is terrible. So it's
Of
kind of like the
course.
Megadeth stuff. Even the songs I don't like, I still for the guitar playing, I still listen. Right. So
Yeah.
like, I think it's okay. Like, it has like a cool, obviously, a smear playing bass takes the lead, opening the track, and like for me, his vocals. This is where we get him a bit more unhinged, a little
Yeah.
bit of times like the old days, which a little bit more wild, but sometimes even deeper growls pop in there. But for me, it's just I just think it's the core songwriting. I don't think I to be honest, I find the chorus kind of boring. It's just all one level. This song is not like great tempo changes. It's just very repetitive, and it suffers that in the next couple songs. I feel the same way, but there's a great like extended lead in here, like just
Mm-hmm.
like the 220 mark. That's great. One of Mike's longer leads, so like I'll still always play it. But I just find the song boring compared to the 7 that came before it. It's just it lacks something special. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, it's angry, but it just doesn't have that special songwriting to my ears.
Well, I think if you like how you start writing the same kind of songs, you start repeating yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
At least I can acknowledge what your thoughts are, because I could see that without how the second half kind of slides a little bit, as it's not as much of a banger as the beginning of the album, but
But
I
the
think the
second
song is
half
okay.
still ends great, but we'll get
Oh
there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's okay, but we'll get your thoughts now, Jim. What you have
Yeah,
anything to add here?
kind of like along the lines. I think it's like a bit one dimensional, and I get the
Okay.
feeling like with the bass intro and the heavy bass line throughout it, and then with Schmear's vocals, maybe this was written or maybe focused a little bit more on Schmear. Even though Mike has some great, like Billy brought up some great leads in here, I think it was maybe a little bit more Schmear driven in my mind, and that I mean, it's still a heavy track, and
Yeah.
but I find I don't know, maybe a longer solo. There is a good solo in it, but it's not very long. I think maybe I'm not sure. Kind of the same way as Billy, I guess. It's not one of my favorites on the album. Still not skippable by any means, but not one of my better tracks that I really like.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I think the worst song for me is Coming Up. I
Oh
Number
no, I love
nine.
this song.
Yeah, well, I like the song, but they made a couple of choices that I don't like. I don't like that.
I love that robotics.
I
You
hate
guys
it.
go ahead.
Throw
It
the
just
song in the complete garbage for that robot. Like it's completely
No,
stupid,
it takes
it's
me,
childish, dumb.
Cylon.
The worst
Billy.
thing,
It takes me out of the song when they.
yeah, it just ruins
I
it. Forget
I
it.
hated that part. The song is pretty powerful. Godfather of Slander. We'll go with you, Billy. What do you think?
I just throw it in the garbage. I can't listen to it. Like the robot is so dumb, stupid. Like it
Yeah,
makes no sense. It's got to be left. It's got to be a leftover idea from Cannonball.
maybe you could be right. You could be right.
I don't know. Yeah, again, like there's some good guitar things, but again,
Yes.
I think even take the robot out, we got another like chorus that's played like at one level. You know,
Mm,
it's repetitive.
mm.
Just like I find like Smear trying too hard to yell "Godfather of Slander" over and over again. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
singing it; he's more yelling it. And
Yes.
again, I just can't get past the robot.
That's the part I don't like either. I like some of the riffing and the tempo. I mean,
Yeah, no,
it's supercharged at the beginning. It has, I think it has its moments. I just yeah, the robot thing takes me out of it.
and it's not
Yeah,
like he does it once; he keeps coming
Yeah,
back.
I know.
thank
I
God.
know. I know. That's why it annoys me when I hear the song. Jim, what do
Oh,
you
I
think?
love it. I love the robot effect.
Okay,
It's
cool.
my favorite part of the song. I love it. It's like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. I don't know
Yeah.
who's doing it, but it sounds damn ass good to me. I like
Okay.
it. I love the chorus can get a bit repetitive, but I like when he yells traitors. At a 112 when the robotic voice effect comes on, I think it's pretty cool. I like it, and I actually like the vocal effect. This song would be in my top end of the album. I mean, I still have one other best song on here, but this song, I really like it. I think I get you guys where it's he's definitely they're definitely going out of their wheelhouse with the vocal effect, but I think it fits. I like it. Maybe because I'm an old school Battlestar Galactica fan, maybe that's part of it. But it sounds just like a Cylon from the old series. So yeah,
Well,
no, I like it.
you know what's funny? When I first heard it, I was like, "This is like mid '90s metal, where
Yeah,
bands
it's
started throwing like
kind
a
of
little
like
bit of
that.
industrial. Oh, we'll throw
Yeah,
that in there." I'm like, "What the hell?" I don't like it.
I
I'm with
like it.
Bill.
I think it's got a good. I mean, you're going to have 11 songs on the album. They're not going to appeal to everybody, but I mean, I think this is probably on this album, obviously, the biggest change Destruction has done. So I got to give them credit for that too. I mean, but musically, the song's pretty good. It's got some great leads in it. I like the beat of the song, but no, I get what you guys are saying. When I first heard it, I was like, oh well, that's interesting. And then when I listened to it a couple of times, but I mean I'm a huge fan, so of the actual voice, so I think it's pretty cool.
Okay. I got a little bit of cracked brain vibes on this song.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting that like, oh, it reminds me just in parts. And then there was a couple songs where I sort of it kind of harked back to cracked brain a little bit. It's like, interesting. But so we'll go to 10. Let Your Mind Rot. And Jim, go for it. Fire away, bud.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't one of my favorites on the album. I mean, the album ends off really strong, like Billy had said. So this one's kind of, I mean, it's okay. It's got a good kind of bass and guitar intro that's playing off of each other. I kind of get the feeling of maybe it's got some kind of Metallica feel musically to it from maybe old school Metallica for me. It's I think the Gang's vocals, the back, I guess, are they backing or would they be Gang shouts? I think it's more backing.
I think more it's backing. But
yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
At 3:16, the song speeds up faster, but I find this one would fit with probably song number 6 a little bit for me. It's just nothing that really blows wind up my skirt. So
but the groove, right? There's a bit of groove to it.
Yeah, there is a groove to it. I like. I mean, it's good. But it's just. I mean, it's teeing up the next song too. So
okay. And Billy, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, like again, I think it's a bit disappointing, right? Like it's probably the least memorable chorus. I mean, just shouting "Let your mind rot, let your mind rot" over and over again. Like it's just like, and again, the song's so one-dimensional, right? Like there's now again, Mike has a great lead towards the end that's pretty cool. That I like it, but yeah, I don't yeah, like it's not a great song. I think like it's a bit unfortunate. Like this is where an instrumental like with I think we've all said we've got a bit of a slight letdown here.
A little bit.
With this 1 or 2 or for me 3 song run here. But yeah, this is where an instrumental would have probably been good, but yeah, like there's just it doesn't add much to the album for me.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I think I think we all can agree that it starts out as a banger, but it sort of dips a little bit as you get to the later half of the album.
It's just 3 songs, right? There's 11. And so like I guess the first doesn't count, but I still think it's good. But that's not bad, right? If I don't like 3 songs out of 10, that's 7 I like. That's good.
True. Well, now that you mentioned 11, The Heretic, go for it, Billy.
Yeah, so I love this one. So this is going out with a bang. I mean, this is just simply Mike is on fire. Like this is like this is most reminds me of like his classic playing on this track. So this is just I mean it's Mike. It's all like there's some great bass chugs in here, but we're back to a really memorable chorus. Like and again you could just tell right the whole thing this song comes alive. The chorus sticks in your head. Again the backing vocals. It's kind of like for me classic Destruction.
Yeah.
But maybe a little heavier with some modern production. But yeah, and this has like one of the best like leads like towards like the lead playing in here is just fantastic. And at the end there's some really cool drum fills that kick out just before this thing closes out. So yeah, it's the way you want to like close out an album, right? If they would have closed it out with 8, 9, or 10, it would have been a disappointment. But to bring this thing and end it here, like with what classic Destruction is all about, like that's the final exclamation point on this comeback is this song.
Yeah,
I would agree. Jim?
Oh, I totally agree. One of my favorites. It's definitely a drum track with. I mean, I like at 2:30 the song kind of slows a little bit and excuse me, and gets a little bit thicker. And it has kind of a mini, like not even I would call it a drum solo, more like a mini drum kind of a riff type thing, if they could have that. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I agree with Billy. It's kind of it's got some wicked screams in it. I mean, I think it's got old school with the production of the day, Destruction. So I think this is kind of like a little shot in the arm the album needed. And totally blows. It's a great bookender for sure. I absolutely love this song.
Well, you can tell like this album they tried to just modernize their sound but still pay homage to the classic era of the band.
Yeah.
So I think that's why most people really like this album. I mean, I think this album is fantastic. Oddly enough, I don't think it gets talked about as much as it should.
No.
That's why I wanted to cover it, because I was like, well, this is probably their best effort in years, really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as as we all know, most old guys like us, they still live in the past, right?
True,
So
true.
like
You're
it
right.
never
Yeah.
will. Like it's just considered modern and it's not considered classic. And
Yeah.
some people unfortunately just close their minds to everything after. Well, most people would close, a lot of people would even close their minds to Crack Brain,
Yeah, that's true.
to be
Oh, I
honest,
love
right?
Crack Brain.
Yeah, no, we all do. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Great album. But you know what? You made a good point though, Billy. Like in terms of the modern records, this is probably the best they put out
Oh,
of the modern sound. For everything else that kind of follows is okay. At least what from my memory, what I can remember. I don't hate it.
I
You
don't
know.
really like Diabolical, the
Oh,
second
that
last
was
album.
the covers album. Was it? Remember? Yeah, it was.
No, no, this was
no, that
they
was
had City Baby Attacked by Rats. That was the cover on it, but that was a
Right,
great
but it was an
cover by.
EP though. It wasn't a full record.
No, it was a full
no, it
record.
was a full
Was it?
record.
Yeah,
It was
Okay.
like the red background
and
Yeah,
the
and
yeah. I
guy
remember
walking around
the
that.
on two
guy
horses.
with his arm up or
Yes,
whatever, the
I,
zombie or
I have
whatever.
to go back. I didn't really give that a go.
Oh,
It
I
was
love it.
50-50. I like half the songs
Okay.
and about half were like, yeah.
And the punk cover on it was just electric. I mean, he did a great job of the DBH cover for City Baby. I thought it was great.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Mike? Was that the first album he left, or was he on that album?
No, I think he was on. I can't
I
remember.
The
can't
one
remember
before,
now.
right? I think it's the one before was his
Quite
last.
possible. Yeah.
I think
That would be
Diabolical is when they. Oh, because I remember during the live shows they brought in old Drake from Evil. He played guitar on some of that, if I remember correctly,
oh yeah.
on the live
Yeah.
set. On the live set, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Diabolical was 2022.
right.
Yeah.
And yeah,
No Mike, right?
guitars were yeah, he wasn't playing guitar on that album.
I
No.
thought
Yeah.
maybe that's why I've sort of blocked it out of my mind because it's like no Mike. No.
Oh, actually, the first one with no mic is which I felt the same way. Like I didn't hate it, but like they were all where they blend in was the Born to Perish.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the
yes.
first one without Mike.
Okay,
That was like 2019 it came out.
and I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy about that one either.
I was the same. Like there were like 4 or 5 songs I didn't mind, and the rest wasn't great. But Mike is
Yeah, I
still missed,
forgot.
obviously.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah, because I don't know what happened to Mike. I don't know if he just retired from music. He just doesn't want to do it anymore. It's
I
just
don't
too
know.
bad. But when
Is
you start
Born
bringing younger players, they just don't have the same like pedigree as what
No,
the
yeah.
classic sound,
Like
right?
Born to Perish is almost like well no, maybe not. Like Under Attack was 2016, so they had a
Yeah,
3-year break.
they
Yeah.
did.
Um
They did.
so and Under Attack was like after a 4-year break, right? Like after Spiritual Genocide.
Under Attack is okay. I don't think that's a bad record.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the modern stuff is kind of this is where the sound gets kind of homogenized, and it's like that. But as we mentioned, like Overkill's the same. Like even Sodom
Yeah,
at some point.
Testament.
Yeah, like
Although
even
the
the
last one
concepts.
was a bit different, but
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like when you've been around for so many years,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to start repeating yourself. It's just you can only come up with so many new riffs and ideas, and eventually you just repeat yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's not bad. I mean, I love Destruction. They're one of my favorite thrash bands. But I just wish that for me, my biggest disappointment is Mike is gone. Ugh, it's just not the same. But I'm glad we talked about this one because this is a banger.
Yeah. No, this was a great one.
Yeah, this is a banger, and I always liked it. And I know that whenever I read reviews on it, people just like love this album so much. So
yeah,
it
it's
was worth
always
it.
anytime I see a list of comeback albums, this is
Yeah.
always like right up
Yes.
at the top.
Yes, exactly. And that's going to dovetail into our final segment. And I think you're right, Billy. I know you mentioned it before. I think we have done this topic before, but we'll go back to it.
Well, I think we did it
that.
for all metal. I don't know if we did it for just thrash or.
Yeah, maybe that was. Yeah. I
Well, we
stuck
did
to
it in
that.
pieces, right?
Yeah.
Like remember I did a few episodes ago where I asked a few questions, or like or somewhere we did it where we just picked, or it may have been one of yours, Ken, where we picked one album that had like a strong comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been.
But we only did one because my answer was on that episode was Atrophy,
Yeah,
Asylum, right? Remember we were I
Yes.
that's
raised
right.
that, so we talked about this somewhat recently, but it wasn't a top five.
What I
Okay.
did with my top five is I did it on a couple of things. I did some on actual improvement of music, time, and improvement and time
Okay.
together.
Well, why
So
don't you lead us off, Jim?
yeah, okay. So I think my first one would have to be Coroner, and this is a
Yes.
time and quality. So last album being Grin, 1995, and then throwing to Dissidence Theory of 2025. I mean, like, holy cow, what a comeback album. And I think that none of us really thought that this was going to be. I mean, we talked about failures before, and we talked about the Dark Angel, but this was definitely like one that just blows me away. That
Yeah.
was so good, and I've seen it on everybody's top 10,
Yep.
15
Yep.
lists. And I just think you can't debate that. My number two, well, it's not number one, number two, it could be whatever, but I picked Sacrifice. And this was just strictly more for me a time thing because I liked the Sacrifice discography and I don't think it changed. I don't think it was totally like like this album with Destruction, where it was, coming off of the Cannonball. Well, the one before it did, but still kind of bringing the game. I think, from 2009 to 2025 with Volume 6. I mean, for me, this is just Sacrifice, just like getting back in the cockpit and just flying. I picked this one for you, Ken, Anthrax. I mean, people, I think Worship Music 2011, like, I like John Bush. I love Sound of White Noise, but I got to be honest with you, the other Bush albums,
Yeah, they're not great.
no, like Stomp and all that.
And it's like going into rock. It's almost like rock more than
I
it's
don't even
heavy
think I
metal.
could fish like enough songs off those albums. Like Sown was wicked, Sound of White Noise. Excuse me, but I don't think I could fish enough to make a full album that I would consider a really good album. So for me, Worship Music in 2011
Yep.
and
Good
the
choice.
return of Joey. I mean,
Yep.
like, he's the voice of Anthrax. I love John Bush, but he's just not for me. I mean, he's Armored Saints or whatever, but Worship Music, I think that's definitely one that kind of put them back out there. One that's a little bit more of this one's more of time would be Death Angel. I mean,
Oh,
because Act
yes.
3 was such a masterpiece in 1990, and then you bring on The Art of Dying in 2004. I mean, you guys know Death Angel's one of my favorite bands, and I love these albums. That's just essentially a time thing for me. I wouldn't say like Act 3 was such a momentous album, but coming back to The Art of Dying, I think is really good thrash album. And in all fairness, Act 3 was their most popular album, but it also got away a little bit from a thrashier core. So, but I think that's more of just a time factor for me. And an easy one that I thought about was Exodus, from Force
Yes.
of Habit, I mean, come on, to Tempo of the Damned. Like,
Yeah, great.
one of my favorite
Oh,
thrash records and Exodus albums of all time. Tempo of the Damned is fantastic. And that's time, obviously, plus quality in my mind, because I wasn't a big fan of Force of Habit 92 to
no, it's not good.
2004. Yeah. So, I mean, all those thrash bands were kind of shooting themselves maybe in the foot a little bit. Destruction did it. We've seen Creator's done it.
Creator did it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for multiple
Even
albums.
Sodom to some degree.
Sodom to some degree. Yeah, exactly. So Metallica did it with the Black Album. No, I'm only kidding, with Load and that. But anyways, so those are my 5 picks that kind of came to mind. And I often think about Death Angel, just like, man, I really wish something could have happened a little earlier. I know there was a lot of other barriers in the way, but still, like, holy cow,
Cool. That's a good list, Jim. That's a good list.
Awesome.
All right, Billy, go for it.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to have two overlaps with somebody already. So, but I do. So, these are in no particular order. So I also picked Anthrax Worship Music.
Yep.
As you guys know, I've never been the biggest Anthrax fan, but I actually love 1990s Persistence of Time.
Yeah.
Uh, so what came after that was a major disappointment for me. Like, getting rid of Joey and bringing John Bush on. I don't know. I just think it all fell apart. I know you guys like that first record.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the dramatic decline in the band's commercial success, it spoke everything you needed to know. The fans had spoken. Joey's
Hmm.
Anthrax. They're wasting everybody's time with John Bush, whether people like the album or not, because nobody went to see them. The record sales were dreadful. Like
Yeah.
the band just fell off the map. So, but yeah, that's a good example, I think. And yeah, so yeah, and I really enjoyed worship music. I think
Yeah.
it did,
Yeah, me too.
so yeah, we'll see how the new one comes out. And then number two is, I don't know, someone called me a bit crazy on this one. I mean, if you look at what came before it, I think it's obvious, but some people like it more than others. For me, I'm going to go Metallica, Death Magnetic.
Yeah,
Um,
good choice.
so, like, I personally really like this album. I hear a lot of people say they like pieces of it or whatever, but
Hmm.
I mean, it's not a perfect album. It's not the
No,
first four albums, but it's the damn closest they ever got to it, like to this day, in my
It's a
opinion.
absolutely.
good pick. I agree with that.
Um, and again, you could say the Black Album. Like, I still have to say, like, for me, the first time I heard it was a disappointment because it was
Yeah.
coming off of my favorite Justice album. Like, I've learned to like it more, but then you listen to Load and Reload and Saint Anger, and it's just constant disappointment. But then when I
Yes.
brought home Death
Yeah.
Magnetic and I put it on my stereo, I had a pretty big smile on my face, right?
Same
So,
here.
like, I think there was a bit of an intentional course correction there,
Yeah.
after, particularly after those three. Not necessarily the Black Album, obviously, but after Saint Anger for sure. Then I'm gonna go another one. I have like Exodus, Tempo of the Dam.
Good choice.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, again, Jim said it after 1992's Force of Habit. Like for me, Tempo of the Dam and Fabulous Disaster
Oh
are
yeah.
the two flagship albums.
Yep.
Uh, like,
Agreed.
I mean, this should have been the follow-up to, this would have fit perfect after Fabulous Disaster, right?
Yeah.
Like a little bit more intense, but still like those amazing catchy hooks. And Zetro, it just he upped his viciousness on his vocals, but not like the modern day Zetro and Exodus, where I find he tries too hard to scream. Like this is just the perfect level of intensity for him. So
Hmm.
that's cool. Then I'm gonna go with probably a lesser known one. I was always a big fan of Zentrix from the UK,
Yeah.
UK thrash
Yeah, yeah.
band. So 2019, Bury the Pain. The last album we got was their Weakest Scourge in 1996. So we got like a huge break here. We did, Chris Astley, the vocalist, is not here, so we got Jay Walsh. But I think he does a good enough opinion, and this still sounds like Zentrix. And in my eyes, the follow-up I love too. 7 Words I think is fantastic in 2022. So Zentrix, maybe more so me than others, but I've always loved them. And then I'm going to go Sodom. Maybe not as obvious of a case, but I'm going to go Code Red
Oh yeah,
in
good one.
1999. Like for me, Sodom's my favorite of the German bands, and with Slayer, my favorite of all the big eight, if you will. So like, but in the 90s, right? You got Get What You Deserve, Masquerade and Blood, Until Death Do Us Unite. Like I mean, Masquerade and Blood is a total piece of crap, but like the other two punkier albums, like there's a couple things there I don't mind, and so I could take something away from it. But this is like, that was, like Till Death Do Us Unite 97, Get What You Deserve 94, Masquerade 95. This is them coming back in 99, even before, like not unlike Destruction, I guess, what we were just talking about. But this thing, like where the others were more punk, this is them getting back to their core thrash sound. I mean, Tom just sounds totally reinvigorated. His vocals are so good on here. Just some great hooks and thrash hooks everywhere. Killer album cover. And then the band went on a great run after this. So I think that's a good comeback. And then just really quickly, two others I'll mention. Onslaught, another UK thrash band.
Good one.
Killing Peace in
Oh,
2007.
great album.
Although I love 89's In Search of Sanity with I forget his name
Steve
now,
Grimmett.
passed away, the
Steve
Grim
Grimmett.
Reaper singer.
Yeah.
Steve Grimmett. Yeah, like I personally love In Search of Sanity. But like for a thrash fan, that wasn't thrash.
No.
Killing
No.
Peace. Killing Peace is like and that was a great
good
album.
pick.
Yeah,
Cy
good
Keeler is
return.
an awesome vocalist.
Yeah, and then just quickly, I mentioned Atrophy again. We got to talk about Asylum,
Yeah.
and then Forbidden, the Omega Wave coming back after all those weird, darker groove metal albums that nobody likes. That's
Cool.
it.
That's an awesome list, Billy.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have anything that matches you guys, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's nice that we all have something different.
I figured you'd pick Anthrax. We both.
I actually didn't. I could have. But anyways, we'll go on. So number 5, I went with Darkness because I have a soft spot for some of the lesser known German thrash acts, and I really like Death Squad and I like the Defenders of Justice. So when they reformed and then put out the Gasoline Solution in 2016, I liked it. It's not the entire original band, new vocalist, but I like it a lot. It's pretty good. My only complaint is that they never had good album art covers. They're always kind of crap. But the music is good. It's a really good comeback album. Number 4 would be Exhumer. Again, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
I love these guys. Yeah, I mean, Possessed by Fire and Rising from the Sea are great albums, but their comeback, and then they released Fire and Damnation 2012, and they've been on a roll ever since, which is great, but they haven't put out an album since 2019, so now there's another gap. Like there was a good gap from.
But aren't they slated to though?
I've heard that they're working on new material.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard that, so I'm waiting for that to happen. But I liked all 3 albums that they put out, post the Reformation when they reformed. All 3 are great. So I like that band a lot. And then number 3, I have Rigor Mortis. Now this is a bit sad for me because I think the debut's one of my all-time favorite thrash records. I love that record to death.
Yeah.
And then the EP is great, and I even like the Rigor Mortis versus the Earth in 1991. They're all great records, but they reformed, and sadly they were going great until the death of Mike Scaccia, like in 2012. So they released that new album posthumously after his death in 2014, Slave to the Grave. And that's a great album. I totally love that record. And it was a great comeback, unfortunately, with Mike's passing. And then, Bruce passes away in 2019. It's just a sad ending to what I consider a really good band. But what can you do? Number 2, I have Sacrifice. So I think Jim and I have one match.
Yeah.
The Ones I Can Get is a masterpiece. It's holy shit. That album is like, like I have nothing against Apocalypse Inside. I think it's decent.
Yeah.
But it does not hold a candle to The Ones I Condemn, where it's just like the band's firing on all cylinders. It's the original lineup. Gus is back in the band and he's a killer drummer. And then the vocals are fucking amazing. It's an absolute banger from start to finish.
Yeah.
I can see why most people consider this one of the greatest comeback thrash records of all time. I get it. I totally get it. But my number 1, and I know you guys didn't mention it, but I will mention it, My number one, of course, is Celtic Frost and Monothesis. I think that is fucking one of my favorite Frost records ever. Like Vanity and Emmis was 1990, so it was a big fair break into the band's time. And I think they were broke up, and of course Tom went on to form that other band, Apollonian Sun, which he had for a while. But when they came out with Monothesis, I was blown away because I wasn't expecting it. I walked into Sonic Boom and it was there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I grabbed that, and I love this record. It's one of my
great record.
Dark, depressing, and it sets up Tom for the future because this is what he's doing now with Triptychon. So I think it's a great record. But that's my 5 picks. So we have a little bit of difference here, but.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's why I don't know why. I think we did do this topic somewhere. I had picked that Monotheist recently.
That was like, I think, on the Megadeth episode.
I can't remember.
We did do it. You're right, Billy.
We talked about
because I had that and I had the Asylum album or so. I don't know. Like our memories are going in our older age
quickly.
Shit, man. After like 83 episodes, they start to sort of like all collide. You forget, but yeah. But it's all right.
Done a good job. We haven't repeated ourselves much.
No, it's cool to come back to it, like because
it's
kind of forget these albums, right? So it's nice to bring them back up, and anyone who watches the podcast, at least they can go search out our lists if they want to hear some of these records. But I always liked that Celtic Frost record. I thought it was I'm a huge fan of the band, and I love Tom's work. So for me, that was my 5.
Cool.
So Jim, you have the reigns next week. Did you want to know what you want to do?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go back to the U.S. top Big Four and gonna hit on Slayer's 1994 release, Divine Intervention. So I know everybody's probably like, we're saving Show No Mercy for another time.
Yes.
But I think this one here is probably the next one in the line of albums, before most people think that maybe they declined off. But there's a song on here I absolutely love, Ditto Head. So, and there's some great tracks on here. So we're going to discuss this and maybe carve our initial, Slayer in our backs, just like the original album art. So I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, we're saving Show No Mercy because we haven't mentioned it, but one of our esteemed listeners who's pretty much watches all our episodes and comments, Owen Worland, wants to come on with us. So we're going to bring him on when we do that record as a 4th guest, just because, it's nice that we're getting listeners that actually, are responding and commenting on what we do every week. So, So I've already promised him, like, no worries, dude. When we do it, you'll be on with us on the show. We promised. So, and I know you're listening, Owen. So yes, we will have you on. Not sure when, but sometime this year. We'll get to it. But next week, Divine Intervention.
Awesome.
Killer stuff. All right, dudes. Thanks for coming on with me. I'm glad we talked about Destruction. I know we all like the band, so it's topics where it's like, we're going to go back to German thrash. You can't go wrong with German thrash.
No.
At all. So, I just want to thank you again for coming on. So next week we'll be back with Jim, and it should be a good episode. I like that album a lot. I haven't heard it in a while, so I'll have to pull it out and give it a go again. But until next week, I want to wish everybody having a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Good night.
All right. Good night.